The newest launch from Tower28 is a setting powder and blush all in one. We love a multitasking product, and today we're going to test all 6 shades. Now, if you ask me most days, I will tell you I am a dewy girl at heart. However, there are many occasions where that matte, beautiful, blurred skin look comes in handy. When you're doing a photo shoot with high definition lights, when it's 98 degrees and humid out in New York City, when you're at a concert packed in with tons of other people. I could go on and on, but I won't. Let's talk about the product. And the absolutely adorable packaging that the set came in. This is the new GetSet Blur and Set Matte Blush from Tower28. I was lucky enough to attend the launch event for this product in New York City. That's actually in my previous vlog. If you want to check that out, I'll link it down below. And I was actually so intrigued to try this product. So they wanted to see if their GetSet setting powder could hold color. And spoiler alert, it can. Tower28 founder and CEO Amy was at the launch event in New York, and she said that the testers actually went into a sauna wearing this product to make sure that it was a sweat-proof formula. Now, I've never heard of anything like that, and I will be doing a wear test in this video, so be sure to watch through to the end to see how this blush wears throughout the day. In my head, I was gonna look really cool holding all of these up. These GetSet blushes are essentially a setting powder meets blush, so they do smooth and blur skin, but they also add this vibrant wash of color. And I know what you're waiting for, so let's go ahead and swatch them. Oh my gosh, you know when you think you're doing something so evenly, and it's just like not? All 6 shades are named for different spots in Los Angeles. As a East Coast gal and a New Yorker at heart, I have not heard of some of these, / might butcher the names, so bear with me if you are from the West Coast. Starting from my wrist, we have Long Beach Iced Tea, which is an earthy, rosy pink. Then we have Samo Spritzer, which is a rosy mauve shade. Then we have Culver Crush, which is a pinky peach color. Sawtell Slushy is their rose shade. Malibu Cooler is a cool baby pink. This is the shade that I actually tried at the launch event, and it is so pretty. And then we have, I believe it's Feliz Fresca, which is their warm hot pink. And so here are all 6 shades. I think that all 6 of these are pretty pigmented. It gives me hope that they could work for different skin tones. I can only speak for myself. I mean, they all show up on me. But yeah, so now that we have all 6 of these shades swatched, let's go ahead and actually try them on. Now, when it comes to application, they suggest 2 main ways to do this. Number 1, you can apply all over using a fluffy brush for dreamy and diffused skin. I will be doing that. However, since this is technically a setting powder formula, they said you can also go in and apply with a powder puff if you lightly tap on skin. So maybe some of you want to try it that way. I'm going to treat this as a more traditional blush though, and I'm going to use my Sigma F40 large angled contour brush. This is my go-to blush brush. We have 6 shades and I only have 2 cheeks, so we're going to do 3 rounds of 1 cheek each so you can see everything. I've got a stack of makeup wipes here. I've had 2 coffees, I'm patient, and I'm ready to go. We're gonna start out with Long Beach Iced Tea, and I have skipped bronzer and contour today so that we can focus solely on the blush. And I do have a little bit of redness today from dermaplaning yesterday, but if we waited until my skin was perfect, this video would never get uploaded. Here is how Long Beach Iced Tea looks on my skin. To me, this is such a great neutral blush option because it has that earthiness to it, but it still does have a pink undertone. It's not just like a straight up brown on me. Let's try Culver Crush on the other side. My gut says this is the one I would be least likely to wear, but I've been wrong before. I really did not pick up a ton of product here, but you can see how pigmented they are. Some other features of this product is obviously there's built-in shine control since we are talking about a setting powder and blush combo. And it does give you that soft matte finish, so there's no extra sheen or shimmer or shine sneaking in with this formula. Here is Culver Crush. This is the pinky peach shade. It's even a little bit brighter than I expected, but I do think it could be nice for some occasions. I don't know, I feel like you know at your core if you're more into like pinks or peaches. Actually comment down below and tell me if I'm right about that. Okay, now let's go ahead and remove this and I'll fix my base so we can try the next 2. Let's switch it up and dive right into the pinks. One thing to note about the packaging actually is I feel like these inner pots are lifting almost a little bit from this container, but I want to talk about this more when I get to the price point portion. the price point portion. Let's begin with Malibu Cooler on this cheek. And this is the cool baby pink shade. I got very into like bubblegum blush last year, and I fear that trend may continue into 2025. Here is this shade on. Now let's try what seems to be the most vibrant shade, which is Fellas Fresca. I need my West Coast friends to help me out. This is Fellas like Los Fellas, right? It's not Felice. Is this like when my friends who don't live here visit in New York and they call it Houston Street? Oh my gosh, wow, yes. This is vibrant indeed. I think this does require a bit more patience to blend than normal because since it does come from this setting powder formula, I think its tendency is to settle right where it's placed in the skin. It does blend. I just feel like it takes a little bit more time and patience than some other formulas that are blush only. And I feel like in general, the more pigmented the shade you're using, the more you want to blend out anyway. I've also been really liking blending my blush into kind of an upward little U shape almost lately. And then I usually will dust a little bit over my nose for a bit more of that sun-kissed look, but I'm trying to resist the urge because I know I'm going to be removing this in a minute. Here is Fellas Fresca. Again, it is bright, but a little does go a long way, and once you get it diluted by using a fluffy brush like this one, I feel like it looks really pretty. Oh my gosh, I keep resting my arm on my leggings, forgetting that I still have this on. If you have followed me for a long time, you know that I used to actually do a lot of beauty product reviews. I haven't done one in a while, so if you like videos like this, please do let me know in the comments. I was honestly just feeling really inspired by this product. I feel like a lot of people are talking about it, so that's what inspired me to film this video today. But I was thinking to myself, like, I rarely did swatching videos in multiple shades back even when I did the beauty product reviews, and I was like, oh my god, it's so much work to take the product off and put it back on and take the product off and put it back on, but like, what am I here for if not to be your guinea pig? I love being able to test these things. I love giving you the inside scoop, especially being in the very fortunate position that I'm in to be gifted all 6 shades of a new launch like this. And that leaves us with 2 shades remaining. So let's give Samo Spritzer a whirl. This is described as the rosy mauve shade. You know what I actually really like this one is I feel like the mauve part of this is almost like the cooler undertones of contour products that I use. I feel like if there's ever a day where I don't feel like doing contour or bronzer, I feel like this is like my all-in-one product. That shade is really pretty on. And last but not least, we have Sawtell Slushy. Oh wow, that one is very pigmented and maybe the deepest shade, I guess. This one I'm actually trying to rub the excess off just on my hand. And this one they're calling a true rose shade. I think this one came out also a little bit brighter than expected, but I do think this is sort of like the one with the most pigment. Maybe Fellas Fresca also. If you have a deeper skin tone than me, I feel like these would definitely look beautiful. I think these I might find in my rotation the least just because they are so much more pigmented and I typically prefer like that light wash of blush. I think if I had to choose the ones that I would reach for the most, I would probably say Samo Spritzer, which is right here, and then the Malibu Pink. Okay, I've decided to stick with Samo Spritzer as my blush for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna use a little setting spray. Also worth noting, this is a talc-free formula, which is always good, and it is safe for sensitive skin. I think these are absolutely beautiful. I definitely think there are shades that I'll use more than others, as I've mentioned, but I think this is a great addition to the Tower 28 lineup, especially given that before this, they only had those Beach Please cream blushes, which are also beautiful. It's just like a totally different finish and vibe. Let's talk about the price point. So the price of this blush is $22. It's sold at Sephora, on Tower 28's website, etc., etc. And I feel like that's a pretty competitive price when I look at some other similar blushes. I actually have a few right here. I was trying to think about similar brands and products to compare these to. So this is the Wander Stay All Day blush. It's actually the exact same size as the Tower 28 formula. You get 0.14 ounces in both of these. The Tower 28 one is 22. The Wander one is actually 28. I wonder if that's because it has the little mirror compact in here. Also, I definitely wouldn't worry about this falling out the way I'm a little worried about this might fall out over time. I know these are also magnetic and stackable. Like, I do have another one here and So they're slightly magnetic. I guess they're not like full-blown magnets, otherwise that would make no sense. That formula came to mind, and then so did the It Cosmetics Poreless Finish Airbrush Blush, which I feel like is also a more matte finish blush. Now this one is larger and it comes with a mirror. This one is priced at $29 compared to the Tower 28 at $22. So I do think from looking at these similar ones that it's a pretty competitive price point. I feel like they could have made the packaging a tiny bit more sturdy, but so far that's my only complaint, thing to note. And this now begins the wear test portion of the video. So it's just after 11 and I do have things to do all day, and I don't think I'll be taking my makeup off until about 9 or 10 at night, so I should get like a solid 10 hours in. I'll check in with you guys more throughout the day. We're coming up on 2 o'clock, which means it's been just about 3 hours with the blush on. I think the color still looks really good. I think it's stayed in place fairly well too. Not really seeing much movement. I think the color is coming off a tiny bit warmer in the direct sunlight too, which is like just hitting my apartment right now. But yeah, as far as wear and color payoff, I think we're still looking good. It's just after 4:30. I'm about to eat a pretty early dinner because I'm headed out to book club at 6 and I can't go to book club hungry, otherwise I will be ravenous. But here is a little blush update. My lip color has faded since this morning, which I will fix and obviously change before I leave the house. But I think the blush is still looking really good. It is 9:06 p.m. I just got back from book club and here is my final check-in for the day on how the blush wore. Honestly, it looks pretty good on camera. I'm just gonna check on my mirror here. No lie, I do feel like it hasn't budged whatsoever. So for me, it gets a 10 out of 10 on its longevity rating for sure. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I really hope you enjoyed this beauty product review. If you want to see more beauty product reviews from me in the future, leave any of the makeup emojis down below. And don't forget to subscribe and stick around for more videos from me. And again, if you missed the vlog where I went to the launch event for this product, I will leave it as the up next recommendation on the screen. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.